All right, and welcome to Newburyport High School. It is high school basketball night here in the Cape Ann League. My name is Drew Mulholland, alongside my partner Jeff Foley. We are getting you ready for girls basketball here. The Newburyport Clippers getting set to host the Georgetown Royals. Should be a good tilt here on a Tuesday night. Jeff Foley, I know you've been following the girls here all year long. You took in the early JV game, and should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, not only tonight, but the rest of the year. Newburyport looks like they have a little more mature lineup than they did last year. They've got a lot of height, and they've got a lot of depth. And the Newburyport boys, I watched the other night, the Newburyport boys are a guard-oriented team. This girls' team is much taller, but I'm going to argue that the Newburyport girls' guards might be the most important players this year going forward, because they're the ones that are going to have to get the ball to girls like Abby and her teammates, and they're not going to be too effective underneath it with their height if they can't get the ball from the guards.
Abigail.
So the guards are going to be very important this year for Newburyport.
Abigail Gillingham, who will get the start tonight, along with Elle Doucette, Sadie Vandenberg, Sammy Kavanaugh, and McKenna Ward. That will be the Newburyport Clippers starting five. The Clippers come into the night at 3-1, led by head coach Karen Drutchfield. And the Georgetown Royals tonight, led by head coach Kevin Fair. Coach Kevin Fair in his first year, bringing in a 1-5 Georgetown team. Going to start Anna Collins, Autumn Dion, I should say, Megan Skahan, Marilyn Morrison, and Julia Buckley. That is the starting five for Georgetown tonight. Again, 1-5. Coach Fair saying first-year coach, a lot of difficulties being a first-year coach in the Cape Ann League. It is a young team, but he loves the effort he's seeing every night from his team.
Yeah, I think Newburyport's going to have the height on this team.
Coach Drutchfeld talking with the officials there early on. She said the game against Linfield the other night, they just let get away. Keys to the game for her. Got to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, I think going forward, I think all coaches want to protect the ball and get good shots. That's the only thing you can stress. If the ball goes in, great. If it doesn't, then you're just going to hustle back and play defense. Protect the ball and get good shots, I think, is coach's message to her players.
Absolutely. Starting lineups being announced right now, as we just went through and gave you the sneak peek on. Crowd, a little bit of a later, I think, crowd here, which we're going to start a little bit. Sometimes these games don't end up getting started until 7 o'clock with the varsity after you wait on the freshman and JV games. This one's going to be a little bit later than the scheduled 6:30 start, but before that 7 o'clock start that's happened so often. So starting lineup just being announced right now, and then we'll take you to the national anthem.
And once again, I think we're live, Drew. So if
we are live.
If any of you are sitting on the couch playing the Game Boy or watching some boring TV show, get off the couch and come watch this exciting game.
The Game Boy, do they still have the Game Boy?
I'm guessing, yes.
We got a whole crew on board here today, too. We'll get through our producers here in a bit. I know Tyler Neufeld leading the way here, producing the show, and I saw Lexi Foley making her return on the camera tonight, back from college for a bit. So good to see Lexi. We'll get through everybody else a little bit later. We've got a full crew on hand. We should also give a shout out to our sponsors here before we get going. Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant on Low Street. We appreciate their support very much. Cannot say that enough. They're the reason why we get to bring you these games and bring you these games live here on a Tuesday night. Let's take a quick buzz out here. And what we're going to do is actually bring you in for the national anthem right now here from Newburyport High School. All right, so again, to reset here, getting you ready, Newburyport Clippers, first the Georgetown Royals here from Newburyport High School. Coach Karen Drutchfeld's Clippers coming into the game at 3-1. Coach Kevin Fair's Georgetown Royals coming in at 1-5. Georgetown, a young team, but scrappy, says Coach Fair. My name is Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley as we get you ready for Tuesday night basketball here. Clippers coming off a frustrating loss versus Linfield. Coach Drutchfeld, it's the first thing she said to me, actually, was frustrated by that loss still. Sometimes the losses stick with you more than the wins, Jeff Foley.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, but it's probably a very good learning lesson that they brought home with them. Hopefully they got a tape of the game. They can look at what they did well, what they didn't do well, go forward. Looks like to two of the, I'll call them the trees on the Newburyport team coming off the bench tonight. Abigail Gillingham is the lone forward. It looks like they've got 4 guards. Sadie is also a forward.
Clippers win the tip, and they get the first possession of the game. Here comes Sammy Kavanaugh, drops it back to Doucette. Nice move, El Doucette, left hand does not go. Rebound pulled down by Ward for Newburyport, McKenna Ward. Kavanaugh looking to go to work, drives the lane, right side, gets into trouble, kicks it back to El Doucette. Little left-handed jumper, does not go, rebound Georgetown.
Newburyport looking to drive to the hoop.
Julia Buckley with the rebound for Georgetown. Running the point is Anna Collins for Georgetown. She drives to the right side, gonna get called for a travel here. First whistle of the first quarter. Sammy Kavanaugh bringing it up now. McKenna Ward brings it in. McKenna Ward tries to kiss it off the glass, does not go. Rebound pulled down by Georgetown's Buckley.
Julia Buckley, yeah, she's got good size. Abigail will have her hands full with her tonight.
Megan Skahan has it. Throws it into the wing. There's Anna Collins. Dumps it down low to Julia Buckley, and another travel call. Coach Fair not happy with that, trying to get his team to settle down a little bit here. Rough first minute for both sides.
I think Georgetown's lucky that Julia didn't get charged with an offensive foul, but instead got the travel call.
Maggie Ward back to Kavanaugh, kicks it in the corner. Vandenberg thought about shooting, decides to give it back to Kavanaugh, who drives the lane, reversal. Beautiful move off the glass and in for 2. Sammy Kavanaugh gets the scoring started here tonight. Little press shown here off the make by Newburyport as Georgetown brings the ball up. Anna Collins looking to go to work, dribbled it off the foot of Vandenberg. It's going to be Georgetown ball underneath the Newburyport hoop. Autumn Dion's going to inbound for Georgetown. Ooh, touchy foul there. Offensive foul on number 23, Julia Buckley there for Georgetown. It's going to be a long night, Jeff Foley, if that's going to
I think so, yeah. She's probably their best hope to stay close in this game. She's got to be careful.
Coach Kevin Fair not too happy about that on the Georgetown sideline. Newburyport looking to take advantage. Nice little kick there by Sammy Kavanaugh. Ball comes down low, and there's another 2 as Abigail Gillingham.
Beautiful pass by Sadie. Bounce pass under there. That's the only pass that will work in the lane.
Sadie Vandenberg with the assist. Back the other way comes Georgetown looking to get on the board. Nice pass down low as Morrison can't quite finish on the feed from Collins. And back the other way comes Newburyport in transition. Nice little move there by Sammy Kavanaugh. Will fake the pass, tried to take it to the hoop. Is going to get fouled. 2 shots coming here for Newburyport in the early going.
Yeah, that was a nice fast break too. They're going to push it up the court.
Nice pass there by Anna Collins too. Back the other way by Georgetown. Just no finish down low. First one from Sammy Kavanaugh is front rim, no good. 4-0 Newburyport. 2 minutes in here from Newburyport High School. Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley. Good to have you with us for those of you watching at home or streaming online. Second one is good from Kavanaugh, and the Newburyport lead is 5-0.
Yeah.
One moment there as Abigail Gillingham took the ball out of bounds. Said sorry.
You never know. Sometimes that'll work.
Turnover here. Anna Collins from Georgetown. It's Newburyport ball underneath. Pressure from the Clippers hurting Georgetown a little bit. McKenna Ward throws it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh drives the lane again. She's been getting to her spots but loses this one out of bounds. It's going to be Georgetown basketball.
Yeah, it's nice to see that. Driving around the defensive player, getting her shots off.
You can tell after every made basket and every inbound here, Newburyport wants to put some pressure and try to turn Georgetown over. See how the Royals handle that. Still looking for their first points of the game. Marley Morrison dishes it back to Anna Collins, who looks to reset the offense here for Georgetown. Collins, good little pass down low. It ends up back to Marley Morrison. Tries to put it in off the glass, does not go. Good defense by Vandenberg down low, and back the other way comes Newburyport. Kavanaugh throws it in the middle. Turned over there. That was El Doucette on the pass. Couldn't quite connect, and back the other way comes Georgetown. Another turnover. McKenna Ward with the steal. She's got clear sailing all the way to the rim. If she wants it, she takes it and lays it in for 2. 7-0 Newburyport.
Nice pressure on the defensive end leads to easy baskets, fast breaks.
McKenna Ward on the lay-in, and now she gets a cheap foul off the inbound. I did not see that.
I did not see that either.
McKenna Ward with the foul is a couple interesting calls here in the early going, Jeff Foley.
Yeah, that was interesting. Maybe if we had seen it, we could explain it, but we can't explain it, so we didn't see it. But it seems like the whole gym is kind of perplexed. And the referees, too, are a little confused.
Needless to say, not much there. Foul called against McKenna Ward. She was the most confused here on the court. So what do we got? Referees talking it out.
Is it a technical foul? Yeah, it is a technical foul. Oh, maybe she touched the ball after the made. Oh, I don't know.
This would be one of those good moments like in college, you know, where the officials come over and
and give it to the broadcasters so we could tell the world.
Georgetown cannot take advantage here. We get Autumn Dion at the line trying to.
She's got a pretty hefty brace on her left knee.
Yeah, hurt a little bit there.
Yeah.
It does make the second free throw, so Georgetown is on the board here. 7-1 Newburyport.
Nora McKinney is in for Newburyport.
Yeah, I got a little tutorial, actually. Nora McElhenney.
McElhenney.
Yes,
okay, thank you. And Sydney Turner, number 2.
Georgetown basketball after the technical free throw was made. Driving to the lane, Autumn Dion, and Autumn is going to get to the line there. Good drive, bump down low. A lot of whistles here in the early going. Players are going to have to adjust. Inbound comes to Collins. Anna Collins drives, can't make the shot, and back the other way comes Newburyport. Good drive by McKenna Ward, and she's going to get to the free throw line as the parade to the stripe continues.
That wasn't a bad foul by Marley Morrison from Georgetown because McKenna had the easy layup. So maybe if she makes 1 out of 2 here, Nora will save a point for her team.
First one in and out from McKenna Ward. Very active McKenna Ward on the defensive end. She's had a couple steals here and very quick in transition for Newburyport. Trying to make 1 of 2 here. Second free throw from the lefty. Does not go. Rebound Georgetown. Royals trying to cut into a 7-1 lead here. Anna Collins brings the ball up. Georgetown dealing with this pressure all first quarter long here.
Jacqueline Doucette is number 1. She's in there giving pressure on the point guard for Georgetown.
3 ball does not go from Dion. Rebound pulled down by the Clippers.
Doucette.
Back the other way comes Newburyport. McElhenney dishes it off to Doucette. Doucette to the lane, loses it, turnover. Julia Buckley has it for Georgetown. May have got away with the travel underneath. Back the other way comes Skahan. Throws it down low to Marley Morrison, looking to go to work. Back to Skahan, launches a 3 ball, does not go. It's going to be Newburyport ball.
I think that's a good shot by Georgetown. If they get an open shot, they really need to take it because they cannot really work the ball low. They don't have much height down there. So when they get open shots, especially 3s, they're going to have to take them.
3:45 to go first quarter, 7-1 the Newburyport lead. Bring the ball up for the Clippers is Deidre McElhenney.
Jessica Rousseau now in, replacing Abigail. Full court pressure here by Newburyport.
Marley Morrison to inbound, gets it into Collins. You can tell how Georgetown feels comfortable beating this press. Get the ball to Collins and let her go. She goes coast to coast, tries to lay it in, back rim. Mad scramble for it in the paint. Think we're gonna have a jump ball here, and we will. Possession arrow is Georgetown.
7-1, 3:27 left in the first period here.
Newburyport in a little bit of a rut here after jumping out to that 7-0 lead. Got a few minutes here without any points, but here's a steal, and back the other way come the Clippers. coast to coast goes McElhenney, Deidre McElhenney. She can't make it, but a travel off the rebound.
That was good hustle by Russo.
Yeah, Jess Russo came down with the board and then
got shoved, I think.
Timeout, Coach Kevin Fair of Georgetown here. So 3:17 to go first quarter, 7-1, the Newburyport lead. Jeff Foley, a little bit choppy in the early going. The whistles don't necessarily help that, but both teams trying to find their groove here.
Well, I think if Georgetown wants to stay in, they got to kind of play an ugly game. They got to get a lot of the loose balls, and they got to take charges and get the rebounds. They're not going to be able to play, I don't think, talent-wise with Newburyport. And like you said, Newburyport's kind of hit the wall after getting off to a 7-zip lead. Georgetown has played them even for the last, well, I don't know, 2-3 minutes.
It's going to be about 2.5, 3 minutes scoring total for Newburyport, although Georgetown hasn't quite taken advantage. Still stuck on that 1 point from the technical there, which we still don't know why it was a technical, but
we'll have to...
maybe in the post game.
Yeah, we'll have to ask McKenna Ward.
You know, Coach,
what happened?
You know, Coach Kevin Fair of Georgetown was telling me this is his first year coaching, off to a 1-5 start, but one thing he likes, his spirits are still very high, efforts there every night. He goes, I don't really care about the wins or losses. It's a bit of a rebuilding year. But as long as the other team's coach tells me your team played hard, he goes, I'm happy at the end of the night.
Right. He wants to set kind of a precedent for future years as to what is going to be expected of his players. And hustle is number one. It's
tough coming into this league as a first-year coach and grabbing a young team. Georgetown out of the timeout here, trying to get some scoring going. And there's a block by Russo.
Oh, no. She can't believe it.
She gets called for a foul, and, well, maybe you can hear the reaction of the crowd. I think you know how the Newburyport fans feel about that call. To the line for Georgetown goes Julia Buckley. 2 free throws here. First one back rim does not go. Score stuck on 7-1 in the early going. Clippers with the lead.
I think Georgetown has to start making some of these free throws.
Buckley's second one is up and good, so the Newburyport lead is cut to 5 at 7-2. Georgetown showing a little pressure of their own. Nora McElhenney for Newburyport. Nice dish down low. Newburyport swinging the ball nicely here. Good pass down low. Russo gets fouled off the nice feed from Sydney Turner, and Russo is going to go to the line for 2 for Newburyport. You don't have dinner plans tonight, do you? Because with all these foul calls, we gotta we gotta
be here for a while.
one.
No, you got the microwave ready when you get home.
First free throw up from Russo, no good. Newburyport lead remains 5. Again, thank you all for joining us. Drew Mulholland alongside my partner, Jeff Foley. Tuesday night girls basketball, Newburyport and Georgetown from Newburyport High School.
Samantha Kavanaugh back in. I think they're going to put the burden of point guard on Samantha this year.
Second free throw up and good from Jess Russo, and the Newburyport lead is 6 at 8-2.
Nice pressure by Jacqueline Doucette.
Doucette almost getting a steal there. Georgetown, for the moment, able to break the pressure, but Doucette ends up grabbing it. Great hustle on the floor. She goes diving after it. Comes up with the loose ball. It's going to be a jump ball, and this time the possession arrow is with Newburyport.
And Emma Foley comes in.
Kavanaugh to inbound. Brings the ball up after she gets it back from Doucette. Goes to McElhenney. Nice dish down low. Finds Jess Russo. Russo couldn't finish, but she ends up getting a jump ball out of it. Good work down low by Russo and Emma Foley. At least forcing the jump ball. It's still going to stay with Georgetown as the possession arrow favors them. Look at this pressure by Newburyport. Full court to the extent Georgetown can barely get the ball in, and the Clippers force the turnover. Big steal there by Kavanaugh. Nice dish by Kavanaugh. A little bounce pass, and it is laid in by Deidre McElhenney. The Newburyport lead is 10-2. Again, almost a steal there by Kavanaugh off the inbound. Georgetown having a field day trying to get this ball off the press, and now another foul called. This time it's going to be on Deidre McElhenney, who just had that night finished back down the other way here.
Yeah, number 13 for Georgetown, the young lady with the brace that's going out now. She's one of the few seniors, and they've been kind of asking her to handle the ball with the pressure. You don't want to have youngsters trying to break presses and trying to get the ball over half court with severe pressure on them.
Zoe Rubino getting her first touch of the game. And there's a steal. Jackie, who's set with the steal for Newburyport, can't quite finish. Georgetown down with the rebound momentarily. Loose ball, mad scramble, and Georgetown's going to get a layup out of this. They throw the ball up court as a little bit of a cherry-picking job by Zoe Rubino there. That ball was a mad scramble that Georgetown came up with, and Rubino was down the other end for a clear layup, and the Newburyport lead is 10-4. Nice little move. Left hand does not go by Newburyport's Jackie Doucette. Georgetown down with the rebound, and now we're going to have another jump ball.
Rubino has made her presence felt coming in.
$1:23 to go, first quarter, 10-4, Newburyport the lead here over Georgetown. Clippers inbounding the ball underneath the Georgetown hoop. You can see Leah Metzger, who's checked into the game, calling for that ball underneath. She gets it. Free throw line, spin move, gets to her space. Nice move by Metzger.
Nice,
Can't
get
quite finish. Tries to get her own rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds off of Georgetown.
We did not see a move like that from Leah at all last year, so she's adding stuff to her repertoire.
Sammy Kavanaugh, reverse layup off the inbound, does not go. Newburyport doing a good job on the offensive glass, coming down with every loose ball. Sammy Kavanaugh dumps it down low. There's Metzger, nice spin move, hook shot, and she knocks it in. Wasn't that a pretty little move?
That is encouraging by Leah Metzger.
Little baby hook shot almost off the inbound from Georgetown. Almost another steal from Newburyport. It's Deirdre McElhenney using that quickness, and now she's almost coming back the other way, and we have a travel. Good pressure by Newburyport, forcing a travel back the other way. Another turnover here from Georgetown. 12-4, the Newburyport lead here. Final 47 seconds of the first quarter. Deirdre McElhenney to inbound. Sammy Kavanaugh going to bring it up across the divisional line for the Clippers. Kavanaugh looking to go to work. Drives right, kicks it out to McElhenney. Drives the, beautiful pass down low. McElhenney to Metzger, lays it in. The Newburyport lead is 10. What a pass by Deirdre McElhenney. And a steal again from Newburyport off the inbound from Georgetown. Kavanaugh looking to drive, free throw line. Looks for some help.
This is a falter, looks like.
Gets it to a falter. Metzger with a jumper. She's feeling confident, does not go. Rebound pulled down by Skahan for Georgetown. Royals can hold for the last possession of the fourth quarter if they wish. Dion looking to drive, gets into the corner. There's a turnover with the steal. It is, cannot go. That was.
Yep, that was a falter.
That's a falter. So Anna Falter checking into the game with the steal. Tried to lay it into the buzzer. Don't think it would have counted, actually. Didn't quite get it off in time. But after the first quarter, it is Newburyport 14, Georgetown 4, 10-point lead after one. Jeff Foley, your takeaway from the first quarter.
Defensive pressure is just intense by the Newburyport Clippers. We noticed that two of the three big girls started the game on the bench because I think Coach wanted to stress the importance of putting pressure on the Georgetown girls so that they don't come over half court and get into their half court offense and get comfortable. So I think the strategy going forward is to see how much pressure they can put on not only Georgetown, but going forward, it's going to be a big part of their strategy, I think.
That's going to be the message that Coach Kevin Fair at Georgetown is giving his Royals right now. They got to protect the ball because they keep turning the ball over at the rate they are. It's going to be a long night for Georgetown. Newburyport clearly wants to speed them up. And Georgetown needs to find a way to break that press and secure the basketball.
The only shots that Georgetown has really ever been able to take are balls off, loose balls that they'll get underneath and they'll be able to throw it up. They've not been able to get many shots out of their half-court offense. I do remember them taking one three-point shot. The Newburyport pressure is kind of preventing them from getting into that half court and getting good shots like that, which would be probably their best way of getting back into this game.
All right, starting the second quarter here. McKenna Ward going to get back into the game to get things going for Newburyport. She has it, top of the three-point line. Swings it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh trying to throw it down low to Gillingham. Georgetown active hands. It's going to be out off Georgetown. Newburyport ball.
Made a concerted effort to get the ball low down to Abigail. Georgetown played some nice defense right there and prevented the ball from getting into Abigail's hands.
McKenna Ward now to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looking to drive, dumps it down low. There's Gillingham, little hook shot, does not go, but she's going to get to the line. 2 free throws. Coach Fair not happy with that call either. She thought, he thought Abigail may have thrown an elbow in there to clear out some space.
Looks like Rubino is going to have to take care of Abigail underneath. Probably 4 or 5 inches shorter, but I think just as physical.
First free throw, no good from Gillingham. Second one on the way. Up and good. 15-4, the Newburyport lead, and immediately, as we've seen all night here, Newburyport full court press. Autumn Dion quickly breaks that press. Looking to set up the offense. Pick set for her, she drives the lane, looking to go all the way, cannot finish. Looked like it was out of bounds off Dion, and it was going to be Newburyport basketball.
Yeah, I don't think Georgetown coach is too enthused about having his short guards driving to the hole with Abigail and Sadie underneath there. I think he'd rather see him take some outside shots.
McKenna Ward gets it to Kavanaugh, tries to do a little pick and roll with Vandenberg, does not work, turned over. Here comes Georgetown back the other way. Collins drives the lane, kicks it to Dion. Dion back down low to Collins. Collins trying to go baseline, cut off there. Dumps it down low to Buckley.
Yeah, she had the shot.
Back to Collins, and now Dion. Shot clock down to 10. Good defense here from the Clippers. Dion to Collins. Collins gets a little pick, drives the lane, left hand does not go off the glass. Here comes Newburyport back the other way.
Nice dish by Sadie to get the fast break going.
Kavanaugh back to Sadie, trying to return the favor, but there's a turnover. With the steal is Autumn Dion, looking to start a fast break for Georgetown. Ball almost gets thrown out of bounds, however. Georgetown has to reset. Layup does not go from Collins. Rebound pulled down by Buckley, and now another cheap foul here against McKenna Ward. That was a tough break there for Ward. She just kind of lost her footing and bumped into Buckley.
That's her second.
Second foul now on Ward. A lot of game left here. She's got to be careful. 6.5, second quarter. Collins for Georgetown gets it to Dion. Autumn Dion. Clearly the Georgetown ball handler here gets it knocked away. Keeps her dribble, or at least tries to. You're going to have to need some help, and now it's turned over. McKenna Ward, great hustle. Ball goes out of bounds off Newburyport. Going to stick with Georgetown ball.
Samantha Kavanaugh putting excellent pressure on the Georgetown guards.
Anna Collins for Georgetown. Steps out of bounds right in front of us here at half court. Turnover again, going to be Newburyport basketball. 15-4 our score. Newburyport leading Georgetown. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday night. Newburyport looking to go to work. Ball comes down to Gillingham. Hook shot does not go. Rebound Georgetown. Julia Buckley with the rebound. Needs some help, looking for a guard. Nobody's coming to help her. Buckley decides to put it down on the floor herself, and she says, I'll bring it up then. Buckley in the corner, finds Dion, 3-ball from the corner, does not go, back rim, rebound, Sammy Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looking to go coast to coast for Newburyport, draws some contact, no call there. Jumper does not go from El Doucette. Rebound pulled down from Newburyport.
That was
the
Abigail
Clippers are going to
Gillingham.
get free throws here as Abigail Gillingham gets fouled underneath.
Georgetown foul number 4, Zoe Rubino.
Abigail, I think, is going to be spending a lot of time at the foul line this year.
Yeah, good thing. She has a nice stroke from the stripe.
Yeah, that looked good. And it was nice to see she, when she went to her left into the lane to do a little hook shot, that she used her offhand to hack out a little space from the defensive player. It's an important move if you can get away with it.
2 for 2 for the stripe for Gillingham, and the Newburyport lead is now 13 at 17-4.
Oh, McKenna, what's going on?
McKenna Ward picks up her 3rd foul, so that is officially foul trouble for McKenna Ward.
Yeah.
Let's see if Coach Crutchfield's going to give her a breather here, if she's going to trust her guard. And yes, McKenna Ward comes out of the game. Deirdre McElhenney is going to come in, relieve her.
15 is Anna Folter, covering the girl, the ball out of bounds.
Dion to inbound for Georgetown. Ball comes into Collins, drives the lane. Actually thought she got hit there, no call. Back the other way comes Newburyport. Giorgio McElhenney gets it back, little jumper, and it goes. Wasn't that pretty from
That was very, yes, very nice.
Newburyport lead is 19-4. Now a turnover right off the inbound. Gillingham with the steal. Good pass down low. Russo lays it in. That's Vandenberg, I'm sorry. Vandenberg for 2. Off the nice pass by Deirdre McElhenney. Newburyport sharing the ball beautifully, and the lead is 17 at 21-4. Newburyport. Georgetown looking to get something in transition here. Julia Buckley gets away with a travel for Georgetown, but cannot finish, and back the other way comes Newburyport. McElhenney looking to drive the lane. Nice move, little jump stop, right hand does not go. Rebound pulled down by Vandenberg. Vandenberg looks to go right back up. Creates some space, can't finish, almost gets her own rebound again. It's gonna end up going off Georgetown. Good hustle by Newburyport, gonna stay Clippers basketball. 21-4, the Newburyport lead. Midway second quarter.
Hands up.
Anna Folter to inbound for the Clippers underneath the Georgetown hoop.
You gotta recognize Georgetown's in their zone.
McElhenney looking to drive baseline. Nice dish. Beautiful pass by McElhenney. She is a distributor. Gillingham cannot quite finish, and now Newburyport's going to turn this thing over with a travel. But very impressed here, Jeff, with Deirdre McElhenney's passing in the early going.
And their bounce passes, so they're very difficult to intercept.
Newburyport again with a steal off the inbound. Little return to sender there as McElhenney lays it in. Nice pass there by Anna Folter that time. McElhenney's been dishing all first half. Gets 2 of her own there off the pass by Folter.
Newburyport's running on all cylinders. The only thing they haven't done yet is attempt outside shots, but that's apparently not in the repertoire or the game plan. They've been driving to the basket since the first seconds were on the clock.
Storyline in this first half, though, really has to be the Newburyport defense. They are just swarming Georgetown. It's full court press from the opening moments of this basketball game, and Georgetown just can really not get anything going, struggling to get any open looks, never mind any makes.
Right, yeah. It seems like when they get the ball on the outside around the three-point line, they try to do a little up fake and then drive to the hoop, and that's kind of, I think, playing right into Newburyport's strengths. So maybe the coaches over there saying, listen, girls, we need to get the open shots on the perimeter and take them and start hoping that some of those will go in and get us back into the game. 4 minutes left here in the first half. 19-point Newburyport lead. Try to get it down below 15 if you're Georgetown.
Coach Fair told me he pretty much rotates 8 guys here in our little pregame conversation. I noticed he's looking for a spark. He went to Megan Lowe in there in that second quarter. Georgetown again turns it over off the inbound out of the timeout. That's not exactly what you want out of a timeout, but maybe just trying to go a little bit deeper into his bench, turning to a freshman in there, a freshman in Megan Lowe in, trying to get a spark. Deirdre McElhenney to inbound for Newburyport. Marley Morrison coming back in for Georgetown. Nora McElhenney dishes it down low, gets to Emma Foley. Back out to a Folter, drives it, kicks it. Nice find, little jumper does not go from Emma Foley. Again, Clippers with the offensive glass. That shot does not go by a Folter. Rebound, Georgetown. McElhenney again with a steal. Deirdre McElhenney, 2-on-1 back the other way. There's that beautiful bounce pass to a Folter. Those two work well together. Bolter lays it in with the left hand, and the Newburyport lead goes to 21, 25-4. Newburyport continuing to pressure off the inbound, going to be Georgetown basketball. As that ball was deflected into the Georgetown bench. Just no breathing room for Georgetown. Oh, it's going to be Clippers ball, actually. That ball went off Georgetown, so Newburyport forcing turnovers all over the place. Three ball does not go. Rebound pulled down by Foley. Good pass down low as a Folter tried to find Abigail Gillingham. Could not go. Gillingham trying to turn it over. As Georgetown tries to bring it across the divisional line, they do. Higgins gets it down low. Nice little spin move there. Shot does not go by Marley Morrison. Rebound Newburyport, and a foul on Georgetown after Emma Foley came down with the rebound.
Marley Morrison with the foul. Got Sydney Turner coming in, along with Leah Metzka.
It's one thing Coach Crutchfield was saying there, Jeff, that she'll pretty much play everybody on that roster. Very deep Newburyport team this year.
Yeah.
And especially with a 21-point lead, you expect to see a lot of the non-starters here as this game moves along. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Newburyport as Emma Foley goes to the stripe. 7th team foul against Georgetown. First one from Foley, back rim, no good. She gets her own rebound, though, puts it right back up. That does not go either. Ball comes back to Foley again. She got fouled again, no call. And putting it back in is Leah Metzger, so there you go. Georgetown trying to get something going, just trying to get the ball across the half-court line. And there's a 5-second call as the pressure from Newburyport is just too much. Georgetown can't even get this ball inbound. So 27-4 is the Newburyport lead. DeAndre McElhenney to inbound underneath the Georgetown hoop. Caught Georgetown asleep. And the Clippers are going to get to the free throw line. Smart play there by DeAndre McElhenney.
Sydney Turner.
Quickly inbounding that ball to Sydney Turner, who's going to get to the free throw line for 2 shots. Georgetown wasn't set off the inbound. McElhenney was handed the ball by the official and said, we'll take that. Sydney Turner to the line.
Georgetown needs to keep their cool.
Turner's first free throw, no good. Second one, no good. Rebound down low, pulled down by Newburyport's Emma Foley.
That was Emma, yeah.
Gets it back, nice move. Foley tries to drive to the line, no call there. It's going to be Georgetown basketball. Good hustle by Emma Foley down low, though. Georgetown, let's see if they can break this Newburyport press. Actually, Coach Crutchfield's going to call off the press here a little bit. Georgetown brings it up across the divisional line. Back the other way. Dion's lay-in for Georgetown does not go. Going to go out of bounds off of Newburyport. Going to stay Georgetown ball. That might be Coach Crutchfield being a little bit wary of this thing getting out of hand here. The lead is 23. 27-4, and Georgetown stuck on those 4 points.
Show some sportsmanship.
These two coaches know each other pretty well, too.
Yeah, let Georgetown work on some other things other than.
And another turnover here from Georgetown off the inbound. From Georgetown, just throwing that ball away. Somebody from Georgetown's really got to sort themselves and call for the ball and be strong with it, because the Newburyport speed and
that's going to fall to Dion, I think.
Active hands really causing a problem for Georgetown. Sammy Kavanaugh gets into the corner. It's a pretty good pass, actually, I think, by Jess Russo. Just Metzger couldn't quite free up to receive it. And we're going to have a travel here on Georgetown as, again, just a struggle to even get a shot off here from the Georgetown Royals tonight. Sammy Kavanaugh for Newburyport across the divisional line. Final 2 minutes of the first half here from Newburyport High School. Kavanaugh drives the lane. Little floater does not go. Rebound pulled down and secured by Georgetown. Back the other way they come. Royals looking to get a little something going. Dion dribbles it off her foot. Another turnover. Kavanaugh with the steal. She has a layup if she looks up. She gets it up to Doucette. And Jackie Doucette's going to get to the free throw line for 2. Good job by Kavanaugh off the steal. Looked right up, found it open.
Well, they sure are getting a lot of work on their fast break and loose balls.
And free throw shooting.
And free throw shootings, yeah.
First free throw from Doucette does not go. And here you go, Coach Fair just looking for some sort of spark. Almost the whole hockey line change there.
Yeah.
Dion for Georgetown, the only one to stay on the court.
Right, I think they're gonna need her to handle the pressure.
Second one from Doucette goes down, so the lead is 24 at 28 to 4 Newburyport. Dion brings it up for Georgetown. Let's see if the Royals can get a little bit something going. Newburyport showing a little bit of a zone now. Dion dumps it down to Buckley at the free throw line. Georgetown turns it over with the steal. Jackie Doucette going coast to coast. Left hand does not go. Good follow. Sammy Kavanaugh gets the rebound. Kavanaugh gets bumped a couple times, able to kick it free. Jumper from Doucette does not go. Jackie Doucette. Back the other way comes Georgetown.
Number 2 for Georgetown's not in the program, not listed.
We told you they were going deep into the bench. Back the other way comes Jackie Doucette trying to drive the lane. Turns it over. And we're going to have a foul against Georgetown. I mean, against Newburyport.
Sydney Turner.
Sydney Turner. You got to feel Georgetown's probably saying we can't get your break here because they would have had a runaway layup on that if there was no call against Newburyport. But
even when good things happen, it's bad for them. So they got to make these 2 free throws. Got to get some momentum, something positive to think about in the locker room.
1-and-1 for Georgetown. No good. Good hustle by Buckley down low. Strip that ball away. It's going to be a jump ball. If I was the official, I think I would have let that play out for a second.
Right. She had a good chance to score right there. That was a nice play by Buckley.
Officials sometimes at this level are very quick to call that jump ball. Good drive. Sammy Kavanaugh off the glass and in. Pretty move. Driving to the right side, laying it in with the right hand off the glass. Newburyport hits that 30 number. It's 30-4 Clippers over Georgetown here. Royals can take the final possession of the first half. Coach Fair, I think, will be happy to get his team to the locker room and regroup. Let's see if they wait for that final shot. They do not. And Newburyport down with a rebound off the block by Jess Russo. Newburyport now with a chance for that final shot. 10 seconds to go. Russo dumps it down low for Metzger. Good save by Metzger. Throws it down low for Russo. 3 seconds turnover. Dion has it for Georgetown. Half-court heave at the buzzer. Does not go, and that is how the first half will end here from Newburyport High School with the score. Newburyport 30, Georgetown 4. Jeff Foley, Coach Fair, is going to get the Georgetown Royals into the locker room to regroup here.
Gotta get them in there. Might be brutally honest with them and say, you know, girls, we might not be able to win this game, but there are things that we need to go out there and we need to do. We need to be able to break the pressure that Newburyport's putting on us. And that's going to be in the hands of Dion. And she's got to keep her head up. She's going to look for people to pass. And the Georgetown girls got to protect the ball, get over half court. And I think they really need to start taking the first shot that's available to them. Instead, they seem to be trying to work offensive plays. And Newburyport's defense is just too intense for them, and they're not really getting any shots off.
Again, after the first half, it is Newburyport 30 and Georgetown 4. We'll be back. We'll do a little bit of a recap from the JV game here as Jeff Foley had his eyes on that in the early going, and that game was pretty competitive in itself. So good effort here by all 3 games, the freshman game, the JV game, and Newburyport in control of the varsity game right now. Again, 30-4 at halftime. My name is Drew Mulholland alongside my partner Jeff Foley. We'll be back in just a couple minutes here to recap the first half and talk about the earlier JV game. Keep it here. We'll be back in a couple. Don't forget our sponsors, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant on Low Street. We appreciate your support very much. Thank you for bringing us high school basketball here on a Tuesday night. Keep it here. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back to Newburyport High School, where the Newburyport Clippers have a commanding 30-4 lead over the Georgetown Royals. It was Tuesday night girls high school basketball here from Newburyport High School. Newburyport came out with defensive pressure. Jeff Foley, kind of the story of the first half here. Newburyport just full court pressure, forcing turnovers, and really jumping out to a lead. And they really did not look back in that first half. In complete control of this one. I know you wanted to take a look a little bit at the JV game too that we saw earlier.
Yeah, I was able to enjoy the JV game. I'll quickly go through the JV scorers. Lila Gridley had a rebound, 2 rebounds and a point. Emily Alford, 8 points and 5 rebounds. Carly Schwab had a big game with 15 points and 7 rebounds. Avery Hawkeiser, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Gabby Loughran had 5 points and 5 rebounds. Dakota Tucker, 3 good points off the bench. Grace Robinson had 5 points and a rebound. And the JV team kind of rolled over the Georgetown JV team. And the same thing's kind of happening here with the varsity.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Coach Kevin Fair of Georgetown basketball here, I think probably the message in the locker room there here is stop looking at that scoreboard. Don't worry about the scoreboard. This is one of those nights where you come out of the second half and play for pride.
Play for pride and almost use it like a scrimmage and look at individual performances. And let's a 3-point shot.
How about that?
Dion. Yeah.
Knocks it down for Georgetown right out of the halftime. So there's a little momentum for Georgetown.
They almost doubled their points right there in the first 10 seconds of the second half.
Ward to Newburyport gets it out to Sammy Kavanaugh. Nice dish down low, and it's laid in by Vandenberg. Sadie Vandenberg for 2, and the Newburyport lead is 32-7. It's good ball movement there from the Clippers.
Yeah, that was the guard getting the ball down to Sadie. That's what I had been talking about before the game, the importance of the guard play to get the ball underneath to the big scorers.
Turnover there from Georgetown. Newburyport with another steal. McKenna Ward gets it to Kavanaugh, back to Ward, down low again to Vandenberg. She can't get that one to go, and Georgetown down with the rebound. Buckley up to Dion across the divisional line here for Georgetown.
So Georgetown is outscoring Newburyport so far in the second half.
Free throw line jumper from Georgetown's Buckley does not go. Rebound pulled down by Georgetown, at least momentarily, but there with the strip is Kavanaugh and gets it back for Newburyport. Quickly up to McKenna Ward. Kicks it back to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh slowing things down a little bit for Newburyport. Gets a pick, looks to drive, dumps it down for Gillingham and tries to use the glass. That left hand does not go, but Vandenberg with the rebound puts it back up. Does not go, but she gets fouled.
Total set play right there. Get the ball to Abigail, drive to the hoop, and then Sadie on the other side of the basket looking for the rebound.
Vandenberg is going to go to the stripe for 2. Back rims the first free throw. (32-7), the Newburyport lead, 6.5 to go. Third quarter. Second free throw rattles around and in. So the Newburyport lead is 26, with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. 33-7, Georgetown gets it back to Dion, see if she's got a hot hand a little bit. That 3 does not go. Rebound pulled down by McKenna Ward. Quickly in transition for Newburyport. Good find. Gets it back to Kavanaugh. She was wide open. Lets it go. In and out on the 3 ball. Nice looking play there. Clippers down with the rebound. Excellent hustle by El Doucette. Lays it in with the left hand off the glass. 35-7, the Newburyport lead. Anna Collins looking to drive. Gets it to Dion for Georgetown. Swings it to Skahan. Skahan loses it. Good steal there by El Doucette. Quickly gets it up to Kavanaugh for Newburyport. Up to McKenna Ward. Nice dump down to Vandenberg. Vandenberg looking to go to work, but she's going to be called for a travel on the baseline.
It was good to see Sadie looking to get the ball out. She was too far underneath the basket, so she tried to get the ball back out to a shooter, which is good.
Again, you can kind of see Coach Crutchfield kind of calling off the dogs a little bit here. Newburyport's coming out of that full court press and sinking back into a 2-3 zone right now. Buckley has it at the free throw line for Georgetown. Ball comes back to Collins, a little pump fake. Dumps it down low. McKenna Ward just very active on the defensive end, forces a jump ball. It's going to be Newburyport basketball. You can hear Coach Kevin Fair saying you can't turn your head and have that ball with a loose dribble there. McKenna Ward just looking for that steal, and she grabbed it. Kavanaugh for Newburyport, nice speed down low. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. It was El Doucette and found McKenna Ward. Good recovery on the defensive end there by Georgetown. Ward was blocked, but it's going to stay Clippers basketball. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Ward gets it into Kavanaugh, quickly down low. Gillingham back to El Doucette. Back to Kavanaugh, nice little dish down low. That Vandenberg combination to Gillingham doesn't connect. Ball comes back to El Doucette. Her layup does not go. Ball out of bounds off of Newburyport. Going to go to Georgetown.
Yeah. Nice attempt down there with the bounce pass to try to get a clean layup instead of a contested shot.
You gotta like to see the fight out of Georgetown, at least on the defensive end here. They're not giving Newburyport anything easy down low, which is good to see when you're down 35-7. Not sinking their heads. Julia Buckley kicks it to Dion, lets another three go. That shot does not go, and McKenna has the rebound for Newburyport. McKenna quickly back the other way, drives the lane. A lot of contact, no call. And they're just going to say out of bounds off of Newburyport, Georgetown basketball.
I think Coach Fair might have told Dion to shoot the ball whenever you get it.
Good block down low by Gillingham. Newburyport basketball, here comes McKenna. Drives right side. Dumps it down low to Vandenberg. There's a turnover as Anna Collins comes away with it for Georgetown. Up to Dion. Nice little fast break, 3-on-1. Layup does not go from Marley Morris, and Dion has the rebound. Tries to put it back up and in for Georgetown. Does not go. It's going to go out of bounds to Newburyport.
Dion did go down, but she didn't get fouled. The ball kind of forced her down. She got the ball stuck between herself and one of the Newburyport players' body.
McKenna Ward brings it up for Newburyport, playing with those 3 fouls. Vandenberg, back to El Doucette. McKenna. Gets it to Nora McElhenney. Ball goes out of bounds off Georgetown.
Julia Buckley is still down there giving it her all. Made a nice block right there.
Substitutions from both sides here. 35-7 our score. Newburyport over Georgetown. Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley. McKenna jumper from Newburyport does not go. Rebound Georgetown. Clippers force another turnover. McKenna gets it back, loses it for the moment. Mad scramble for the ball half court. Comes free to Nora McElhenney, drives the lane. Ooh, little kiss does not go. Rebound Georgetown. They like to come back in transition. Got a turnover as El Doucette able to come up with the steal. She gets fouled. Another foul here against Georgetown. Again, big thanks to our sponsors, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant on Willow Street. Also want to give a big shout out to Tyler Neufeld, Lexa Foley, Maya Gassman, and Jack Orn. Whole crew on tap tonight.
Yeah. Drew, I'm just noticing that McKenna Ward, who's been all over the court tonight, is just a freshman, yes, along with Anna Afolta, freshman, Emma Foley, a freshman, Deirdre McElhenney, how do you pronounce that, Drew?
McElhenney.
McElhenney is a freshman, and Jacqueline Doucette is a freshman.
How about that? Little youth. Georgetown, a lot of youth on their side too. Dion lets it fly again from the corner for Georgetown. Shot does not go. It's going to stay Georgetown ball, however, as that ball went off of Jackie Doucette of Newburyport. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Dion hit that 3 in the first possession of this quarter for Georgetown, and again,
that's it.
Things have dried up for the Royals. Another 3 from Dion, in and out.
Yeah, but that is their best chance, I think, is to have her shoot the outside shot.
Getting some good looks down there. Good fast break. McKenna, excellent find. Dishes it off to Sydney Turner, who laid it in for 2. McKenna Ward with a great find down low. The Newburyport lead is 30 at 37-7. Dion with it for Georgetown.
Once again, McKenna
Active hands from McKenna
deflecting
Ward.
the pass, yeah.
Ball ends up on the Georgetown bench. McKenna Ward's going to go off here for a bit.
Yeah, she's played a great game.
I wonder if that might be the last that we start to see from a lot of these Newburyport starters here. Oh, nice pass down low. Collins with the find. Got it to Zoe Rubino, who's going to get to the free throw line for Georgetown. Nice pass there by Anna Collins.
Newburyport foul number 32, Jessica Rossi. Timeout, Newburyport.
And we're going to have a Newburyport timeout now with 2:20 to go, third quarter, 37-7, the Newburyport lead. The crowd is seemingly started to file out here a little bit with the game getting out of hand.
Yeah, it's a weeknight, work day tomorrow morning. Come out, support the team. Friday night we have a big game coming up. Actually, tomorrow night there's kind of an unscheduled game, a game that had been rescheduled tomorrow night. I'm not even sure who they're playing, but Friday night, Masco is coming in. Masco had a big win the other night over Pentucket. And Pentucket is usually the perennial #1 team in the Cape Ann League. Masco beat them. And they'll be coming in with their star guard, Miss Graves, on Friday night. And I hope those of you that are in listening distance of my voice will try to make an effort to get here Friday night and support the team.
Graves was great in that game we did last year here. It's a fun game to do. Masco, of course, about to leave the Cape Ann League after this year. What are your thoughts on that, Jeff Foley?
They'll be going to the Northeastern Conference. Is that true?
NEC,
Yeah.
It's that Danvers and Beverly and
Yeah. Marblehead. Gloucester.
it's my old conference, you know.
Yeah.
Danvers High, Duncan.
I'm old enough to remember Newburyport being in the Northeastern Conference, playing big football games against Gloucester and Swampscott and Marblehead.
1 of 2 at the line there for Zoe Rubino of Georgetown, and the Newburyport lead is 37-8. Come the Clippers. Sydney Turner. Deidre McElhenney. Good ball movement. Look at this. Everybody getting the touch from Newburyport. Ball comes back down now. Sydney Turner just back off McElhenney. 3-ball in, out, and back in. There's a 3 for Deidre McElhenney.
#1 is freshman Jacqueline Doucette.
40-8, the Newburyport lead. Good ball movement there by Georgetown. Rubino can't quite finish.
Doucette with the rebound. Brings it up.
Clippers back the other way. Good find in the loop. Nice little pass by Nora McElhenney. Dished it off to Jess Russo. They're going to say that ball went off Jess Russo, however, and it's going to be Georgetown basketball.
Newburyport back in their zone.
Yeah, showing that 2-3 a little bit. Good ball movement there from Georgetown. Free throw line, Buckley lets it fly, does not go back rim. Ball comes free to Dion, right place, right time. Needs some help. Deidre McElhenney scrambling forward. Everybody on the floor, going to be a jump ball. That is going to stay with Georgetown. $1:20 to go, third quarter, 40-8. Newburyport with the lead. Turnover off the inbound. Deidre McElhenney with it. Running the break, good dish. She always makes the right pass, it seems. Found her sister there, Nora McElhenney. Can't quite finish. Able to come in and clean it up, however, is Jackie Doucette. Collins looking to come back quickly in transition for Georgetown. Drives into traffic, loses it. Good job by Zoe Rubino again, grabbing that loose ball, putting it up, and she's going to get herself to the free throw line once again.
She's had some good tough minutes out there, banging bodies with some of the bigger Newburyport girls, taller Newburyport girls. She's looks like she's got some good muscles on her.
Getting to the free throw line a few times here in this third quarter. First free throw, back rim, no good. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter, 42-8, Newburyport with the lead. Second one on the way from Zoe Rubino. Rattles in. Little pressure here from Georgetown now, trying to speed up Newburyport, see how they handle the press. Deirdre McElhenney says just fine. She drives the lane, finds the open Sydney Turner, who lays it in for an easy 2. One-woman press break there from Deirdre McElhenney, and the Newburyport lead is 35. Except Zoe Rubino with a quick layup. Again, Rubino, the hot hand for Georgetown. She lays it in for 2. Up and down we go now to end the third quarter. Sydney Turner off the long pass, drives the lane. She's going to get to the free throw line with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Georgetown foul number 23.
Interesting there, Georgetown trying to speed up Newburyport with a press.
Yeah, once again, I think going forward here in the fourth period, Drew, they're going to almost use this as a scrimmage-like practice. They'll be working on different things.
Sydney Turner, 1 of 2 at the line. Good rebound down low. Jackie Doucette. It's going to be out of bounds underneath the Georgetown hoop for Newburyport.
Sydney Turner has good size. They're a sophomore.
Great pass, Nora McElhenney was able to find Jess Russo underneath. Couldn't quite finish, however. It's Georgetown basketball, final 20 seconds of this third quarter. Good pass, Diane. Oh, had an open Anna Collins. Just went off her fingertips. Ball's going to go back to Newburyport here for the last possession of the third quarter.
I love to see these girls from Georgetown still giving it their all. Dion out there, she made a pass that went over her teammate's head, and she kind of clapped her hands in disgust, showing that she's still, her heart's still in this game.
Final shot of the third quarter, at least I think. Maybe not. Yeah, it is going to be the final shot. Deirdre McElhenney's 3 does not go. Rebound was pulled down by Jess Russo, but she gets called for the travel. Still 1 second actually left for Georgetown. If they can run a play, they got to go the whole court. Diane's going to catch it at her own free throw line. Does that old trick there where you let the horn blow first, so that doesn't affect the shooting percentage when the heave doesn't go.
There you go, yeah. Good strategy, yeah.
45-11, Newburyport leads Georgetown after 3 quarters of play. It's Tuesday night high school girls basketball. Thank you for joining us. My name is Drew Mulholland alongside my partner Jeff Foley. Again, on nights like this, we're going to give a big thanks to our whole crew. Tyler Neufeld, Lexi Foley, Maya Gaston, and Jack Warren, all on hand. It takes a full band to put this whole thing together, so we thank you all very much. Also got to give a big thanks to our sponsors, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant on Low Street. I'm suddenly hungry, Jeff Foley.
I think so, yeah. The concession stand's not open. I'm pretty sure they just open on Friday nights for the boys and the girls, and they play on Friday. Tuesdays they don't open.
We'll see here if Georgetown can climb back in a little bit here and try to get this thing back to respectable a little bit. They're showing some good fight, the Royals are, as Newburyport's been in control of this thing pretty much from the start. Sometimes a tough thing on a coach when you're, got a 30-point lead here in a basketball game. I think Coach Crutchfield does a nice job kind of managing that.
Yeah, it can't be easy for her either, knowing that, she wants to be able to work on the plays, to do the best they can. They don't want to get lackadaisical, yet you don't want to embarrass the guests, Georgetown, that come here and show up to play you.
Especially 2 well-respected coaches here. They know each other. And
when I was at college, the coach used to have a play where a number that he'd call it, and that you weren't allowed to shoot it unless there was less than 10 seconds left on the
right.
shot clock. So you would practice your passing, your back cuts, etc. Dion with another nice look and a shot.
Ball movement. Everybody gets a touch, right?
Yes, yeah.
Nora McElhenney back the other way for Newburyport. Drives it a little bit out of control there and loses it out of bounds. Going to be Georgetown.
Yeah, the one thing that you don't want to do in a game like this is become lackadaisical and
develop bad habits.
Pick up some bad habits and not cherish the possession, the ball.
Big time block down low from
Rubino with a nice
Foley.
Yeah.
It was on Marley Morrison, who's been active underneath, and she's actually going to get to the line here. Good hustle by Actually, I think they're going to call it on the floor, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be Georgetown ball underneath the Newburyport hoop. Good hustle by Marley Morrison for Georgetown.
Once again, the other night I had mentioned that when the terminology on the floor means that the shooter is not shooting the ball, and the ball is usually taken out of bounds unless it's 1-1.
Off the inbounds. It's going to be a Newburyport ball here after a scramble. Just heard Coach Fair yell to his team, nice hustle. He's pleased with the effort here. Gonna like that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. You can almost see the improvement just from the first half to the second half on their possessions, getting better shots.
Yeah, I agree. Clippers moving the ball around. And we're going to have a jump ball. Scramble in the paint underneath the Georgetown hoop. Going to stay with Newburyport with the possession arrow. 6.5 to go in this basketball game. 45-11, the Newburyport lead.
Metzger did a good job getting her girl out of the paint, backing her out, carving some space for herself.
Good rebound by El Doucette. Her shot off the rebound is blocked, gets it back, goes up again. Thought she got fouled, no call. Ooh, few players go down. That was Leah Metzger wrestling for the ball. And there is going to be a foul on Georgetown there. Yeah, I thought they were going to call that jump ball. We've called so many times tonight. But it's going to be a foul against Georgetown. So 6:11 to go in this basketball game. 45-11 is the Newburyport lead.
You can also, if you're not a starter, if you're coming off the bench in times like this, you can kind of impress the coach with your hustle and your running the play the way the play is designed, the way you run it in practice. Someone on the first string gets hurt or anything, then the coach won't be hesitant to put you in, knowing that you've been in the game and you've run the offense the way it's designed to be run.
I agree. Then Tuesday night basketball here. We thank you for joining us. My name is Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley. It's been a tough night here so far for the Georgetown Royals as Newburyport jumped out to an early lead and has really never looked back here. 45-11 our score. Notice the referees have kind of put the whistles away a little bit more here.
Yeah. But the other thing too, Drew, is you don't want them to get out of control. That's how they get hurt.
Yep.
If they're too aggressive and start hacking each other or whatnot.
Zion again, gonna let a free fly for Georgetown. Another one in and out.
Yeah, she's had 2 or 3 that have gone in and out. She could easily have 6-9 points more in this half. Pretty pass right there.
Zion pulls down the rebound for Georgetown. Across the divisional line. Coach Fair still coaching hard over there. Collins for Georgetown looking to drive the paint. Needs some help as she goes down. Loose ball on the floor. Newburyport comes away with it. Doucette running the break. She's a 3-on-1. Nice little bounce pass.
That was nice.
Beautiful find as Nora McElhenney lays it in for 2.
Like how she didn't hurry it to the rim. She took it out and had her head up, saw the open girl.
Rush, but don't hurry. Newburyport. Tough defense there from the Clippers. Turnover there by Georgetown. I'm not sure what the official called. Is Georgetown's going to clear out the bench here and give the substitutes some time. A lot of new faces. This is that hockey line change I told you about earlier. Coach Fair.
Yeah.
Taking all 5 out, swapping in a new 5.
Giving high fives. Effort was there.
That's going to be the thing in a rebuilding year. It can be tough on a coach too, like Coach Fair. Got to make sure you keep your team spirits high. If you see the coach getting down, it's not good for players either.
Right,
so Coach Fair doing a good job. Little jumper is good by Emma Foley. And the Newburyport lead is 49-11. Coach Fair calls this play Indiana. Ends up getting an open look. Should probably run Indiana a little bit more.
Yeah. Where's that been all game?
Shot does not go, however, by Lindsay Umenhofer. Georgetown turns this ball over at midcourt. Again, a mad scramble. Both teams fight. You gotta like this. Getting on the floor, diving after loose balls. All night long, both teams. Ball on the floor, usually have a member of both teams diving after it. It's good to see. Another chance to shout out to our sponsors, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Restaurant on Low Street. We appreciate the support very much. Make sure you say thank you if you go into either one of those establishments. It's the reason why we're able to bring you high school basketball on a Tuesday night. Newburyport ball up 49-11. Good pass by Metzger. Dishes it off to Jeff Russo. Lays it in forward to forward there.
Textbook half-court offense.
51-11 the score, and Coach Fair takes a timeout for Georgetown. See Kyle Hodson walking around here, the Newburyport athletic director. Thing with Kyle, he gets to watch a lot of these games, but he's always got his eye on all the sports going around. It's tough job being an athletic director.
Wondering how the men's team, Newburyport, is at Georgetown tonight. I'm wondering if he's gotten a text from any of the coaches or any of the fans that might be at that game.
And he's very good on the Twitter, too. I was actually just going to take a look at that and see if we can get a score for the boys. Coach Dave Clay, he's doing a great job with that program.
Yes, yeah.
Good guy, Coach Clay. Out of the timeout here, we'll see how Newburyport wants to approach this thing defensively. Again, kind of calling out the dogs in that full court press. Take a look. Trying to see if there's a Newburyport score on Twitter. Also had Bob Clark, the former Newburyport athletic director, on my Champa afternoon show today. Champa Afternoon Drive.
Who was that?
Bob Clark, the
Bob
former
Clark?
AD before Kyle Hodson.
Yeah.
Let's see, so I do have an update here. Nice inbound. Georgetown, chance off the inbound, does not go. And Newburyport able to run out on the fast break. Missed the layup back the other way by Emma Foley. He's had a good game, but couldn't get that one to go. After 3 quarters of play, Jeff Foley, it is Newburyport boys 61, Georgetown 52. So a little bit more of a competitive game there.
9-point game, yeah.
In Georgetown's house tonight. See if Coach Clay and the boys can finish that one off. Clippers kind of working that clock a little bit here. Wonder if this is that 10-second rule, Coach, that you talked about earlier. Let that shot clock wind down a little bit.
Yeah, 10 seconds now.
Nora McElhenney pushes it off to Foley, throws it down low. Georgetown able to get a steal, and now a foul on Newburyport with 2:56 to go in the basketball game.
Newburyport foul number 25, Emma Foley.
The new assistant coach on the Newburyport bench, Drew. Do you know where he's from?
So you read my mind there. I don't know. We got the JV coach, Beth Constantini. Assistant coaches, Caitlin and Jesse also there.
Yeah.
Coach Fair's staff is Ryan Browner, athletic director. Elliot Sylvia, the athletic trainer.
That's good.
Good
down
pass
low,
down
yes. Russo down to Metzger. Get the ball up high. There's no one on Georgetown that's able to get up that high to intercept the ball.
53-11, the Newburyport lead. Really great hands. Anna Fulter with those active hands at the top of the key, been forcing loose balls all night.
Sydney Turner coming back in with Ella Doucette. Going to get some experience.
Good game from El Doucette tonight, too. Pretty much everybody's played well for Newburyport.
I think they've all played really well, yeah.
It's going to be a deep Newburyport Clippers team this year, which you're going to like.
Well, yeah, if they're going to be putting the pressure on full court for the whole first half, they're going to have to use a lot of bodies out there. Keep them fresh.
Newburyport in no rush to hoist this ball, and sometimes you get out of your rhythm, and this is what starts to happen.
Yeah.
Georgetown basketball here. Final 2 minutes. Newburyport will try to take this thing to the finish line in a classy way. Georgetown moving the ball around. Megan Lowen, freshman. Allison Mansfield, sophomore. Back to Lowen. Lowen drives the lane. Tried to create some space, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, it was an aggressive attack.
Another scramble underneath, jump ball called. Going to be Georgetown ball. Buck and a half to go in the basketball game. 53-11, the Newburyport score. Now, a lot of times Jeff Foley will go to a player of the game here in our post game. I wouldn't even really know where to start with Newburyport. Kind of a
it's
team
no
effort.
one really stood out individually.
Or everybody kind of stood out, depending on how you look at it. It's kind of a good team effort win, you know?
Right, yeah. I think the full court press in the first period would be the outstanding players of the game. Those girls really did not allow the Georgetown to get into any kind of rhythm. Georgetown had all they could do just to get the ball and possess the ball in their offensive end.
You could just tell. Yeah, I'm sure Georgetown prepared for it, but it's just kind of tough to mimic that press in practice.
Right. Good point.
Jumper from the free throw line does not go. By number 25, Emma Foley. Ball goes out of bounds. Going to stay Newburyport's ball. New shot clock, so 26 on the shot clock. 36 to play in this basketball game. 53-11. The Newburyport lead as we take this thing to the finish line. Oh, beautiful inbound. Beautiful inbound. Jeff Russo just sealing off in the paint. Makes the catch. Turns left shoulder, lays it in. 55-11. See if Georgetown can make something happen on their last possession. They turn it over. Newburyport with the steal. Back the other way comes Sydney Turner. Can't get the lay-in to go. Putback does not go. Refs let them play. No foul call. A little bit of mercy shown there. And it's going to be Georgetown ball out of bounds for the final 10 seconds. Again, thank you for joining us here, folks. It's been a pleasure to bring you high school basketball on a Tuesday night. My name is Drew Mulholland alongside Jeff Foley. A big thanks to our team, Tyler Neufeld, Lexi Foley, Maya Gassman, and Jacka Warren. Steal there from the Clippers. And a lay-in to finish off this game by Emma Foley, and that will be our final score. 57-11 is the Newburyport victory. They controlled this thing from start to finish. Just a commanding, business-like win from the Newburyport Clippers over the Georgetown Royals here tonight. I think we'll let Newburyport just go off and kind of celebrate this thing as a team. Like you said, team effort, so I think we'll lay off the start of the game. Jeff Foley, let's take it right to the post-game show, you and I, tonight. Again, this is the Giuseppe's post-game show. Again, big thank you to Giuseppe's for bringing us this game, sponsoring us, and sponsoring the post-game show. Final thoughts here as we exit Newburyport High School on a Tuesday night.
Well, I'm not quite sure we can say any more, Drew, about this game. The Newburyport defense came out and put so much pressure on Georgetown that Georgetown had a hard time getting into any kind of a rhythm, any good shots off. I think we're going to look forward in the coming games, especially Friday night, against a player like the Graves girl from Masco. Are they going to be able to put pressure on her just using one girl, or are they going to need two to double team her as she comes over as she comes over into the offensive zone? But last year, whenever Newburyport tried to do that, she was gifted enough to be able to find the open girl, and they'd end up giving up maybe a 2-on-1 or an easy layup. So it'll be interesting to see what happens Friday night when Masco comes to town.
Absolutely. Make sure to join us here once again. Jeff will be in the house. He has that one for you. You going to be joined by anybody, or you got to?
As of now, they haven't told me. I might be doing that by myself, Drew.
There you go. We'll have it for you either way. Again, final score here from Newburyport High School on a Tuesday night. Newburyport 57, Georgetown Girls 11. Dominating performance, team effort from Newburyport here tonight. Again, big thanks to our team. Takes a whole band to put this thing together. Tyler Neufeld, Lexa Foley, and Maya Gassman and Jack Orn. Thank you guys so much. Great work out of you guys. Appreciate you doing all that. And again, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant, your sponsors, as they have been all year and for the rest of the year. We appreciate you guys very, very much. Say thank you when you go into both of those places, Newburyport Bank and Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant on Lowell Street. My name is Drew Mulholland. Big thanks again to my partner, Jeff Foley. Jeff, it's been fun.
Thank you, Drew. It has been fun, and good night, everyone.
Newburyport Clippers improved to 4-1 with the 57-11 win tonight over Georgetown girls basketball. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.